something I've been wanting to do for a long time. If you scan and show the peppers, this is what I grow for my Smokin Hot Pepper mix. And I'm going to talk about each pepper, how I cut it, and why I cut it the way I do. So we'll start with a habanero. I love these habaneros. Now the problem with habaneros going into the dehydrator is they're bumpy. So I push them down and I actually pull out the seeds. Some people say my mix is too hot, but there you go. So that way when they're smoked, they even soften a little bit and they'll lay down flat in the dehydrator tray. This is a Hungarian Hot Wax. It's one of my biggest producers that I grow for my pepper mix. I cut it down the middle like that. I kind of try to find the high side. So again, always thinking about laying flat in the dehydrator tray. Now the seeds come down to about here, so I always cut it like that. That little bit of seeds and ribs doesn't matter. Open up, and you see that's most of the seeds. I flatten it out and pull out the... But what I love about these also is the whole reason I'm doing all this, I like to expose the meat when I smoke it, so that I feel that way it absorbs more smoke. And these are so nice. They're not that thick of a wall, but they're a fairly thick wall. But then when they dehydrate, they're about paper thin. They're very nice and sweet. Now, the one thing I swore I'd never go again is the Thai pepper. My pepper supplier messed up this year, and I got 12 pepper plants of Thai. Don't get me wrong, they're delicious. They have a lot of seeds, but all I do for those is slice them down the middle. There's a lot of seeds, but you can't go in there and take those out. But again, all that is so they lay flat in the tray, but they're absolutely delicious. So this year is going to be a great pepper year. I'll go with a jalapeno next. Cut the top again. Open it up. They're really nice because they just crack like that. Pull out the seeds, and that way they'll lay flat. Lately I've been freezing them, so that softens them, and then once they're smoked and roasted, they'll lay flat. This year I found out that I can do, I used to, each tray of the Excalibur dehydrator, I would put the peppers in one layer, thinking that I needed to. But I've been having, even though with the drought up here in New England, we've had so many peppers that when I smoke, I'm smoking a huge batch these days. I've got 2 grills going, and I'm layering it on each tray like 2 or 3 peppers deep, just so the tray slides in clean. And so these are the next pepper. I love these. These are Aji lemon. They don't have many seeds, very thin walled. Just opening them up, but again, they'll lay really flat in the dehydrator. Now usually, because for some reason I do these are my Hot Portugal. If you look at my logo, the first year I grew these, I got that funky one and I knew I had to take a picture of it, and I created the logo out of it. But usually by the time I get to these, and after slicing each one of those, the ties and everything else, I cut it about here. If you see, that's the main part of the seeds, so it doesn't matter. Then again, that swings up. If I cut it this way, you'll see anyway. I cut it that way. That way that swing up part kind of lays flat. And by cutting off just that tip, there's not many seeds in there. And again, that's it. So that's the Hot Portugal. And I think that was it. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to show everyone why I cut the peppers the way I do. And now I'm going to prep all these peppers for 2016 Smokin Hot Pepper Mix. Thank you for watching.